So here now is Greg Jarrett, Fox News anchor and former defense attorney, our guru and professional who always comes and breaks it down for us. What do you think of this one?
Well, I think the perception that Mueller is a partisan is pretty flagrant and glaring. And in fact, he's violating the special counsel statute that says if you have a close personal relationship with somebody who's a central witness in the case, you cannot serve. It's mandatory. You have to disqualify yourself. But he hasn't done it, which invites the question, what's really going on here? And, you know, it would not be far-fetched for the president to fear that Comey and Mueller are acting in collusion to try to bring him down with a false case of obstruction in order to try to trigger a debate in Congress over impeachment. And it's happened before in the Ken Starr case.
And they have, it's not like they just know each other because they're in the same circles and that sort of thing, which some people have tried to make it out like. Like they had a mentor and mentee relationship, protege relationship, no?
They absolutely did. And not only is it a violation of the special counsel statute, it's also a violation of the Code of Professional Responsibility. You get disbarred for doing things like this. So I think the president is right. I wrote a column on this yesterday. You see it at foxnews.com. Go to the opinion section. And I argue the president should not fire Mueller, but he ought to finally make a public case that Mueller has a disqualifying conflict of interest and demand that Mueller resign and recuse himself. Not only that, Rod Rosenstein. I mean, if there really is an obstruction of justice investigation going on here by Mueller, Rosenstein is also a witness in the firing of Comey. He can't be overseeing the case and a witness in the case simultaneously.
Can I ask you about the breaking news earlier today about the Senate Judiciary Committee looking for information into Loretta Lynch, how she may have involved herself in the email case?
The whole Lynch, Bill, Hill triangle always smelled like a sick oyster at low tide. And I mean, the stench of this thing was overwhelming. I mean, she clearly violated multiple provisions of the Espionage Act. Her acts were intentional. It's a crime. You know, then she destroyed documents and so forth. So how in the world did she get away with it unless the fix is in? Well, maybe now we're learning Loretta Lynch was the fixer. So if I were her, I'd hire a pretty good criminal defense attorney because you got a lot of splaining to do.
But not only that, I mean, it's not surprising that you would see Senator Dianne Feinstein, who's also a Democrat, being one of the ones out there saying, well, let's investigate her because there is this, you know, history in the past of Democrats like she's not useful any longer, right. Loretta Lynch. So they could just throw her right under the bus and what do they care?
Yeah, throw her to the wolves.
Yeah.
The other person who's got to be a little worried, it seems to me, is James Comey. Why did he spend the better part of a year concealing this information? He blurts it out in his testimony that Loretta Lynch was trying to get him to lie in characterizing the criminal.
And he said he did it. He admitted he did it. Yeah.
And then apparently, according to the reporting, he goes behind closed doors and presents senators on the Intel Committee with a smoking gun document. Well, why did he sit on that for it? He has a duty under the law to disclose that to authorities, including Congress. Failure to do so is a crime by Comey called misprision of felony.
Not only that, he was patting himself on the back as a Boy Scout during all of that testimony, too. It was amazing. Greg Jarrett, thank you as always. You're fantastic. We appreciate it. David.
A sick oyster at low tide.
I love
Greg,
that.
that's perfect.
I'm writing that down.